I mean, where's that all leading? What is the real purpose? The real thing, I think, and actually the thing that creates vibrant health is actually being on your mission. If you have the right nutrition to support your mission while you're here, you can never be sick a day in your life. You can work all the hours every day, nonstop, never wipe yourself out, have an infinite amount of energy, stay inspired always, sleep whenever you want, don't sleep whenever you don't want, and just generally feel good. And you don't have to understand anything or even know how the universe is put together. You're just on your mission. That's your reason for being. You don't need any other explanation other than that. How many people here know what their mission is? How many people don't know? It's good.
We think we know.
How do you know? How do you discover it? What feels good? That's how you know. What caused you to feel good? What caused you to all of a sudden time disappears and you're completely enthralled in something? What do you actually love to do more than anything that you would do for free? That's it. That's your mission. So the food thing actually must have a goal associated to it. This is something I see all the time. It's like people kind of eat whatever, raw food, or they get into wheatgrass cleansing, but it's not taking them somewhere. It's just something they're doing. It's not aligned up with an intention or a goal or a destination. And if we can take our nutrition and line it up with our goals, with our destination, there's just really no stopping us, because nutrition is the interface. It's where the rubber hits the road. Nothing is. What's more sacred than what you're putting in your mouth? Which one is it? What's more sacred? My opinion is, it's the food. It's more sacred than what you put in your mind. It's more important. Because I did all of the stuff, all the success technology when I was a kid, and nothing really changed at a core level. But when I started doing 12 ounces of wheatgrass a day, my thoughts changed completely. I started thinking about completely different stuff. What my whole consciousness was focused on, where energy, where attention goes, energy flows, all of a sudden it just became something completely different. And you've experienced that, I'm sure. If you've been playing around with raw food for a while, you know that your life is going somewhere completely different than you could have expected. Right? Like your place in Hawaii. I know that you will have coconuts there, you will have mango trees, and you will be cutting those things down, and you will be enjoying it to the nth degree more than you ever could believe before. Right? You have a fruit tree in your backyard, and you're now oriented to this, and you're like, whoa, let's put some fertilizer in the soil, we'll compost things. And when you eat that fruit, like a plum or an apple, you're going to really enjoy it a lot more. Because it's leading you to a destination. All of a sudden, it becomes the fuel for some kind of a level of consciousness. What is affecting our consciousness more than the food we're eating? Right? What's affecting our state of feeling, our state of mind, more than the food we're eating? There's nothing. And it goes on day after day after day. It's like this thing about trees. We think if we planted all these deserts of the world up with trees, we would think it'll probably still be a desert. But actually, the cooling that occurs draws the moisture up from the planet and lifts moisture up from the soil. Even though it's a very small effect, if you're sitting in the shade of one tree, when you multiply that over 1 million trees, the planet will cool off and water will come up from the surface. So little effects blown out on a big scale are what really makes the world work. That's the homeopathy idea. The homeopathy idea is if you just come at a castle like what we saw today, if you came in there with your armies and planes and everything like that, you're going to have a battle on your hands. But if you sneak in a secret little mouse with a little recorder under the fence, it'll get in there. That's the homeopathy idea. It's kind of an interesting concept. That's kind of the understanding that we're kind of heading towards. And sometimes it's easier to just go softer, gentler, make it more something that your body goes, yeah, this feels good. People say, dude, you eat too much chocolate, man. I don't know. I will keep doing it until it feels bad. As long as it continues to feel good. I do have an underlying core belief that if you just go with what feels good, you will be guided all the way to paradise. And if you go with what feels bad, you'll be guided all the way to hell. And that we're always in that feeling experience all the time. So if we're eating something, all of a sudden, boom, doesn't feel good, boom, that's it, shut it off. And to be in tune with that is really what it's all about. Because ultimately, we're going to do the best we can to eat the best food we can, but nobody's perfect. So where are we going to be down the road? Well, we've got to be oriented towards what feels good. Is it possible to take in 16 ounces of wheatgrass in every orifice, have projectile emissions coming out, and heal ourselves? That's not possible. Why is that not possible? Because pain cannot create healing. Pain can only create an awareness about what's wrong. But only, like, laughter heals, love heals, food that's grown with light heals, food that's fun to eat heals you. You know what I mean? Because the energy is correct. Food that's grown with greed is absolutely toxic. Like, all fast food is just all about greed. So it's just like eating greed. Imagine what that does to you.
Ever since I've been doing raw foods, my list of goals are totally different. I mean, I can scratch them all out.
All the old goals are just scratched out.
Totally, because that's not who I am.
Right. Well, your values change. That's an important part of this whole thing. Why we're here in this valley and why we're seeing these sites is because it gives us an appreciation of different values. We start valuing things differently. I mean, when we look at that construction up there, my God, those people valued their buildings so much that they built them to last for thousands of years. Just having that awareness is incredible. Very interesting subject. What we value. Obviously, all of us value health quite a bit, or we wouldn't be here. And so, therefore, and I'll tell you what, all you have to know is your destination. If you're pointed in the right direction, you will get there eventually. Some people, it's going to be a little bit more of a dramatic route. Some people, it's going to be a little easier. But if you're pointing in the right direction, you're going to inevitably you're going to arrive somewhere. Wherever you're pointed towards. That's why we've got to get out of dogmatism a lot in the nutrition world. Dogmatism creates an aversion in people. It's not fun. It's a whole mess of emotional complications. It's guilt. It's shame. And that has no place in the field of diet, because diet's holy. It's sacred. So as long as you're going to eat pizza, it's like, this is holy sacrament. Best food ever. The human body's amazing, though. You could eat something and be totally like going, this is poison. I can't believe I'm eating this. Guilt, fear, shame, everything, right? And then your body digests it and everything's cool. I don't get it. Your body just goes, oh my God, I'm going to deal with that up there. Let's shut that off and we'll just continue to digest the food without her or him up there. Anyway, I've been writing this book I think it's going to be pretty interesting. And it's based on the 7 laws of Huna. How many people here know what Huna is? Huna is the old Polynesian code of ethics. It was never written down. It was just kind of like, it was the whole basis of their spirituality. So, for example, energy goes, a makia is energy goes where energy flows where attention goes. That's a principle. Another one is we create our own reality. Another one is mana. All my power is inside of me. Kala. All change is possible in the world. And these go on. And what we've done is we've taken these out and we've put them into a modern context. And I'll probably share with you some pieces of this as we go on. There's some really interesting stories that we've fitted into this book. Personal stories that are pretty cool. Pretty cool.